What is up, everybody? I am your host, Mike Osiris, and this is Children of the Corona. Um, yeah, we today we have a special guest, Revynn Noctis, and we got the usual co-hosts, Zero and Emily G. Unknown V, he can't
I'm
exactly
back.
be here at the moment. Yeah, Emily's back, but he said he'd be here. He said he'd be here, and yeah. So, okay, you guys can talk. Yeah, we kind of had a false start at the beginning because I have absolutely no idea what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, yeah, you guys just keep talking, and yeah.
So anyway, the food in my college is fantastic, and I'm actually going to eat so much. It's so good, guys. I can't even. I have an ice cream bar. It's not open because of Corona, but I have an ice cream bar where they serve you ice cream.
Okay,
That
now
is
that's pretty
awesome.
wicked. Oh,
I'm
oh
like,
man.
I saw it, but it's closed for Corona. But I was like, I'm gonna flex so hard when we like properly open. It's not even gonna be funny.
All right, now that I actually know that it's going, we can really begin. So anyway, yeah, I got a topic here. So it's an update to a previous topic here. Netflix's Cuties, right?
Oh
Now,
Oh, that
man.
French film, yeah.
yeah. Okay, before I say what I want to say about it, what's your take on it, Revin?
Well, I loosely have been following the story and via, Twitter updates that randomly hit my phone. I don't like to delve into there because it's a cesspool.
Right.
But, it's still useful for some news.
Right.
And I've been seeing that there was some controversy over a poster that Netflix had put on their official social media for the American release.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't originally sanctioned by the people who made the film, and I guess it sexualized the characters, which are preteen
Like
girls.
11-year-old girls or something.
You mean what they want to do with Avatar: The Last Airbender that they're
Oh
making,
my
the
gosh!
live
Don't
action?
even get me started
I'm
on
so
my
pissed off
babe.
about
Oh
that.
my gosh! They
I'm
better
so
not
pissed
ruin my
off.
But yeah,
child.
they were hypersexualizing little girls and then turning around and saying, "Hey guys, this is bad." Okay, but you're still doing it. It doesn't matter what your intentions are, you're still doing it. But yeah, I have more details about Cuties, and you cannot defend this. You cannot, because some of the scenes in the movie are just really bad. This is from somebody who watched it. Other scenes from the movie Cuties. Two male security guards stop the girls, and one says, "But we're dancers, we have a dance competition to get to." And then they proceed to twerk for him, and he lets them pass. Um, okay. Another scene is the four girls are practicing for the competition, and the scene includes them repetitively holding and smacking each other's asses while they twerk, and pulling on each other's clothing.
Pardon?
Oh, this is like a
Oh!
great time for you to join.
Look who shows
I
up!
feel like,
Ladies and gentlemen, Unknown V.
Yo.
oh wow, what a
But
way
anyway,
to make an entrance.
another scene, and yeah, if I'm just gonna say this right now because I kind of didn't before. If you're kind of sensitive to this type of topic, might not want to listen. One girl takes a photo of her vagina and posts it online. A 5-year-old girl takes a turn at webcam porn.
5?
A
Hello?
young girl tries to take a photo of a schoolboy's penis. And a
Oh my
girl
gosh.
takes a used condom and blows it up like a balloon.
What exactly is going on?
How are
What
people
How
defending
many
this
kids
still?
do stupid crap like that? Like,
Are we
dead
talking
ass-
about that
We're
one
talking about
Netflix show?
Cuties.
Oh my
Yeah.
lord.
I understand
Gave
that
Unknown
that's
V
a
no
foreign
context.
film, but like,
No, like
Yeah,
I
V,
kind of
you joined at the exact wrong time, and then you just heard me reading this stuff off. Yeah.
no, but like I already kind of knew the context like the minute you said it because only one show could be that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
My man
pretty
came in, he was
awful.
like, I have an idea.
So I don't know, like just why?
I don't know, my dude.
I mean, I guess in foreign countries they're a bit more open about that type of thing. It's not like American culture that's very censored
Right.
in that regard. For,
Okay,
like,
yeah,
our
that's
background.
I
one
think
thing.
the issue is that they're 12 though, right?
Yeah.
They're not.
It's one thing if you're trying to use that for commentary, but when you turn around and say it's bad to sexualize little girls and make the point by sexualizing little girls, it doesn't really help your case.
You add to
But
the
that's what I'm saying,
problem.
though. I think that Netflix and the people that were in charge of making the film aren't really communicating about what this film's about.
Oh yeah, Netflix has screwed this type of thing up in the past. Have you seen the Big Mouth
They're
trailer?
going to do it again. Have you heard what they're doing to Avatar? Like
They do this fucking
those
shit
are
all the
all,
time.
I know those rumors for Avatar are currently unverified, but it was such a warning when the original creators that were on board for about 2 years suddenly bailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember us talking
But
about
I
that in a
believe they
previous
said
episode.
because of that. Because
Well, they didn't
Netflix wanted to make
explicitly
it.
say it. I read the cover letter that one of the creators had put on their official website, and they just said it was over like the creative differences, which is literally the tone for it. They're literally taking a direction that they don't want to go.
It's the polite way of saying we don't like what they're making and we want no part of it.
Yeah, even though they were on board for 2 years, what?
And it's like,
changed
don't
all
you
of a
learn
sudden?
from the movie that shall not be spoken of? Like,
Oh God, we're not even gonna talk about that.
Cursed.
The forbidden.
Oh.
it's
Alright,
also
so,
on Netflix. Don't watch it.
What's the
Watch it and
topic?
just cry.
We were just talking about cuties, V. But
Right.
now, I don't exactly know. Oh,
I
okay.
think we're
Look,
talking about Netflix destroying
the,
our childhood.
I got the webcam working. That means we can go on Discord. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, meme time.
Oh, meme time.
Yeah, because if you can read the title, it's episode 4 Ultimate Meme Day Extravaganza live stream because the timing here is interesting.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Edgy jokes all around is basically what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
Is it? Oh my.
But yeah, here's a meme that's related to my point. Oh, wait, wrong one. I was on the wrong one. Whatever. He'll like that anyway. Alright, yeah.
Oh. Yes, the essentials. Hold on.
I mean,
I'm gonna
there's
turn my
that.
mic on
And
for
then,
this.
like, where's the neck beard and the fedora?
I mean, I don't think that's the main point. But
I
yeah.
mean, it's not like they'll have the right to wear a hat since they'll be in prison.
I mean, if you're gonna go say you like lolicon, you might as well just be a neckbeard while you're at it.
I mean, that's implied, yeah.
But
Jeez, it's just
But Your
so-
Honor, they're just drawings. You're going to prison, good buddy.
Have you seen that?
Pokemon Sword and Shield, where you have Angie Sheeb and then Shield Sheeb.
Your Pokemon hacking and bamboozle.
Yeah. But yeah, we actually have the footage instead of just audio on a background because finally got the live stream working, decided to actually use it, But yeah. So, let's see here. Topics. Is there anything in particular you want to talk about, Revynn?
Ooh, actually, we brought this up in my college class last night because she also asked a similar question.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
So, we were talking about the Oscars. Does anybody know what I'm referring to?
I haven't seen the
Not in
Oscars
particular.
in
I
my
think I know
entire
what
life,
talking
so.
about. I think I know. I saw it on Twitter.
Of course, Twitter is just the main source of our information as the American.
It really
much.
is, though I don't trust it at all. But
It's like they can filter what you see. It's like willfully living in North Korea.
Ouch.
right choice.
But anyway, care to fill us in?
Yes, well, the Oscars have recently added an inclusivity guidelines, or really kind of like a checklist that has 4 different categories in order to determine if something should be nominated for Best Picture Film. That's to be instated in 2024. Ooh.
Okay, before you continue, I'm looking in the comment section on the YouTube page, and we got a comment from Caitlin Sings. She says, "This reminds me of the show Dance Moms, but worse." She's talking about cuties, obviously.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, Dance Mom scares me.
Oh God, that show like is arguably worse because it's real and not scripted,
And it's actual, yeah, it's real people, and
and
it's
the
not
message is
actors.
non-existent, just horrible people being horrible people.
I think like
It's
there
like
was
watching children be like abused from afar and not
Oh,
calling
gosh.
the police.
I think there was like an episode of like Dance Moms for like fucking the one girl. She was supposed to dance like this like young guy they had in there, and they danced, and like the end of the dance just ended with like a fucking like a peck on the cheek or whatever. And the guy's just like he's super calm about it, whatever. But he's like a young guy, so he's like, oh yeah, I got a kiss. So he fucking like they smooch the end of their fucking dance, and it looks pretty good so far. Like it for Dance Mom standards, it was pretty okay. And then she ends with the smooch, and then she runs like full, not even like a trot or a walk, full on sprint to the other like a corner room, and just starts crying. Like she looked like she was on the verge of vomit.
I think we just lost Revynn.
Oh no!
Oh, okay,
Oh,
she's
never
back.
mind.
Hey, what happened?
I guess it just cut out. I was hearing
Yeah,
Oreo talking, and then suddenly cut out, and I was like, God damn.
your audio was cutting in and out there a bit.
Yeah, it just went dead silent on my end, and I was like, oh, that's nice. Well, what did I miss in the meantime?
Well, yeah, you didn't miss much. It was just Orion talking about Dance Moms, but care to continue about your main point before I interrupted you?
Okay, well, there's a bunch of different takes on this new measure taken by the Oscars. There's basically 3 main viewpoints. One, that it would have prevented certain films like The Godfather from being able to be Best Picture if it were to be put under those guidelines during today's circumstances.
Uh-huh.
So there's people saying that it's too restrictive.
Right.
The Godfather
random
was.
person in background. Number 2, some people don't think it's even enough because most studios can already complete 2 out of the
Test.
required, by the way. You don't have to do all 4 categories, only 2.
Right.
And most of them are around hiring practices and internship programs that are diverse and inclusive, which is something large studios in Hollywood have been doing for years. This would really affect probably indie movie makers.
Hey, can you guys... Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was having problems with my mic, sorry.
Oh, it's chill.
But yeah,
Everyone's
continue.
having tech problems.
Yeah,
And the
this is
third-
complicated. Confusing.
It's chill. And the third one is basically any move towards more inclusivity, a better move, even if it's baby steps. But which category do you guys fall in about these changes?
I literally didn't even know this was a thing until now, so
Yeah.
Let's see. So I did read some of it, and from what I got off, I can see where they're heading with, but I kind of hate the way that they made it a checklist.
Right.
Yeah,
Right, like,
kind of off-putting.
it's like,
Like,
we can decide whether your film is a film or not, and whether or not it's eligible. Why? Like, just because it's got a different way of doing things, you really shouldn't, like, say it's ineligible or something. Like,
yeah.
I can say that every good movie that ever came out, the director was not thinking about getting an award,
like
but
for
making a good movie.
Like, for example, I remember they tried to bar Hamilton from winning an Oscar because they didn't consider it a legitimate movie, even though there were, like, multiple takes used. Like, for context, like, it was the play, basically, but, like, with multiple camera angles and everything. But that goes to show that there's, that goes to show that they took multiple takes to do it. I don't see how that can't be considered a feature film, you know?
Right.
Like,
I see where where you're going with that, because technically it was a film production, even though it was, in essence, a recording of them performing a musical. But a lot of movies are musicals. So does it being on a stage really matter?
Yeah, like, to be honest. Oh, Caitlin sings, "I'm so mad, I've watched it, and it's basically a show." Well, like, yeah, a movie, you know?
There's been a lot of controversies in the past regarding Best Picture film. But honestly, most of the films that have won would have followed these inclusivity guidelines anyway. It doesn't really feel like they're making much of a change. It's just like they're defining something that was already done. Just
They
for
put
Right.
unspoken rules and put them down on paper.
Right,
Kinda.
right.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's like a whole my way or the highway thing. Like, if we don't consider it a movie, then it's not a movie, and you won't win an award for it.
I mean, that's the Academy in general, though. Like, the inclusivity guidelines, you know.
Oh, the Academy is a whole
Except from
nother
that.
That's what I'm chestnut
saying.
here, because like it's just a race to see who can throw enough money at the Academy to bribe them into nominating their movie. It's just one big dick measuring contest when it comes to like how much money you've got, how much money you made from the movie, how much money you're willing to give to the Academy so they can mention you.
How much influence you have over people.
Yeah, like
Yeah, and there's certain films that they, like, ignore because of certain, like, controversies around certain films. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of creators in those industries that have spoken out against award shows in general because you pretty much get the award if you show up.
yeah, award shows are completely fake, and we should stop treating them as anything otherwise.
That's why I don't watch award shows. I don't like.
I mean, it's nice to see works that I enjoyed, like, you know, experiencing for entertainment, get awarded because of the hard work of all the people involved.
Yeah,
Right.
I like
Just-
that. But then it's one of those things where like the people who really deserve it, it's like sometimes it's like we all know that's not the best film. We all
Right.
know it's just because they have the bigger pockets. Like,
This picture, I'm sorry to like laugh, but it's just a picture in chat right now. Because I can hear this. I can hear this just like, behold, the most powerful
Behold, the
spell
most
of all.
powerful spell of all. Are you ready to meet God?
Oh my god.
Let me know.
I didn't even realize more memes were entering the chat. Oh my
Yeah, yeah. Now that I actually
your ass
have the
back in
chat
chat.
focused in the live stream, yeah, feel free.
I could never imagine like waking up in like the middle of the night in like a cold sweat, worrying about the Oscars. I look to my left, and it's just.
I don't get this. It's the same person.
Oh my god.
Oh, my stomach.
It's literally the same person.
Jesus. Oh, that
I
is
have
gold.
tears in my eyes. I'm
The middle
literally crying.
transformation is so good. Oh my god.
Y'all want to see something cursed?
Absolute.
Garfield
Oh,
Mewtwo.
no.
Garfunkel Mewtwo? Oh,
God.
wait a minute. Oh, it's not loading for me. No.
You're
Oh,
Ah, I'm glad it wasn't loading.
Jayus committed death pasito for your sins. Oh, Roblox.
I really gotta ask this question. What on earth is a church or a chapel doing in Roblox?
There's a lot of things in Roblox that I wonder why they're there.
There's multiple meme
Dude.
pages that specialize on this.
I've learned to just never question the internet.
I mean,
Oh my
yeah, you'll go crazy trying to, explain everything that's on the internet.
It's just
Like, look at our
I feel like
fucked
we
up
stick
sense of
to the
humor.
corners that we want to see and want to, accept in our minds.
Yeah.
Other ones can just exist outside of my threshold.
Yeah, I remember there was an example of this where some people decided to get out of their corner of the internet and attack another one, and it ended
Mario.
badly for them. I believe it was called
my
the
God, it
Great
happens all the
Tumbler
time.
4chan Wars.
Oh my
Jesus Christ!
What is that?
Listen, all right. If I'm gonna say it, I gotta say it. Roblox is cursed. Everything about Roblox is cursed.
Bro, what is going on? Why is it it's a dead boy I had? Okay.
Oh boy, time to drop the N-bomb in this next meme.
Ah, yes, here we go.
Oh, 4chan.
Of course, this is 4chan.
Why wouldn't it be 4chan?
Like,
4chan is,
you just go there if you want to see the absolute worst of humanity. Like, this is how people would be if they had the same anonymity in real life as they did here.
I feel like
This
internet
place
has
is-
literally
like-
given people like the ability and confidence to do things they otherwise wouldn't be doing if they were doing it in person, for better or for
And
worse.
hopefully it's for the better, but most of the time it's
Oh
for the
yeah,
worse. like
here's an
Chris said.
example. I remember there was like this huge campaign on Tumblr to raid 4chan and post like like body positivity, feminism stuff, to try to like sway their opinion.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no,
it went about as
no.
well as you could expect. Like a couple posts on 4chan, but like they kicked the hornet's nest in the process of doing this and stirred up the
Oh, no.
hive. 4chan made it a personal mission to retaliate against Tumblr. And this is all real, by the way. Like, you got thousands of posts, like on usual Tumblr hashtags like feminism, body positivity, LGBTQ. They spammed it with gore and porn,
Oh my god.
like as payback. And then
Ouch.
Jesus.
And then the people in Tumblr, they tried to fight back by posting like selfies to spread positivity, but I think you know how this did not go well, because the 4chan people, they photoshopped their selfies into like depraved porn images and like gore, like, because they broke one of the many rules of getting rated, which is never post your face. Never
Yeah.
post
Oh, yeah.
any of your information
Especially,
in
like-
general.
Never show your enemy what you look like.
Because honestly, that's personally doxing yourself. Like, oh my gosh, why would you do that?
Like, yeah, but
well, you're actually letting it happen.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they
Like,
thought
you're
that they
knowing.
could counter the spamming with their own spamming, and it failed miserably because 4chan, while Tumblr's more populated, 4chan is a lot more determined. Like,
you see, the first mistake was that they chose 4chan as their target.
Yeah.
yeah,
Honestly.
like you
It
don't
was not
mess
gonna
with these
go well.
guys.
Like, they seem like very
yeah.
closeted and weird on the inside.
The raid
And then you-
lasted 3 straight days. Because
Oh.
that's how long it took Tumblr to realize maybe we should just lie low and wait for it to be over. Right?
They just let it happen.
Gotta
It took
lie
them
down and
3
die.
days to figure this out. Because that's the only thing you can do during a raid. You can just lie down and wait for it to end. But
Yeah, or do your best to just like block it or like shut down the site for a
but
while. 'Cause I
after
know
that
Reddit's-
was the
Reddit's
plot
had to
twist
do
of the
that.
century. Because you want to know what happened?
What happened?
It was a different board on 4chan, poll, that egged Tumblr on to attack the B board. 4chan
Oh.
caused this whole thing because they knew Tumblr was going to react like that, and then they sat back
4chan
and watched the
fought 4chan.
fireworks.
Yo, 4chan has like been the mastermind behind some of the biggest things.
Oh yeah,
Last
yeah. Some of the
couple
raids have been
years.
absolutely ridiculous, but yeah, oh my god, they instigated their own attack, knowing
4chan
that
rated 4chan.
for every basically, because they knew that once Tumblr took a swing, they'd swing back 10 times harder.
Because they were already prepared. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Tumblr didn't even know what they were getting themselves into.
They
Those
rated-
poor souls.
What a power move.
To be honest,
Yo.
Oh no.
Like, that's
Dang, nice.
ravioli. I'd actually get that.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
like,
gonna lie,
do
I
you,
would too.
do you remember when consoles used to be fun because they had like not even limited editions, just like fun alternative like colors? Like for example, a lot of Xboxes did it where they had like the R2D2 one, the Gears.
yeah,
of
I
War
remember.
one.
I was once about to get the Star Wars one, then it turned out they didn't have it. So then they just gave me a regular one, and then like in-store credit to make up for the extra that I paid for the premium one.
pain.
Have
I'm
some
like-
credit.
This is insufficient. I wanted one that made lightsaber noises when I opened the disk drive.
That is
I would have loved
that would have been
Such a
really
good-
cool.
That
love
was really
Star
cool. I saw a video of how it worked. It was fucking awesome.
Maybe you can find one on eBay somewhere.
Dude, what the
Oh,
fuck?
All right.
Are you kidding me? Man, life was better that I saw that.
That is cursed. What the hell is wrong with you? Okay, yeah,
Take it
delete that
back.
shit.
All right.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
I want to
So,
bleach my
I can't. I can actually explain why I had that one. All
What
right.
the hell is wrong with you?
All right. All right. All right.
I just said that. I did not get to see that today.
In a different server I'm in. I don't know what it was. I got home from work and everybody was like, "Hey, we're doing cursed readings. Go on the internet and find the most cursed post you can find." And I was like, "All right, sure." And I scrolled for like maybe 1 second on Google Images. I found that. I was like, "All right." So that's all we did. We just read cursed images, but that right there pretty much had the same reaction.
Jesus Christ, dude.
secured the win.
The victory royale is mine.
Let's
That's
see
a-
here.
Custody of Dominic Letter. He looks so distraught. He's just like, no, I know.
Let's see Dominic ladder match. Welcome to tonight's fight for fathership.
Imagine if custody went like this.
Oh,
Oh my god.
round one fight, and then both guys just walk out.
Oh no way!
Yeah,
Let me get your leg snapped.
I'm
and then
saving
don't
this
give
type
you
of
the kid.
format for like special occasions. Like if we do a holiday thing, it'll be like a stream or, you know, on the off chance that we fucking get enough of a fan base to the point where we can do a charity stream. But yeah, until then, yeah, the background is gonna be a good format for it.
Right. I mean, that's fine.
Oh,
Let's see.
hey, actually, I'm getting an iPad probably by the end of this month, and I'm going to start doing digital artwork and stuff like that. So if you want me
Oh.
to work on thumbnails, I would not mind doing
Oh,
so.
Cool,
shoot.
I
Oh,
make them in my
shit.
free time.
Yeah, that'd be
No,
that'd be
that'd be
cool.
wicked.
Yeah, I'll have to take you up on that one day.
Chill.
Oh, I've seen this one before.
Yeah, I showed you this one before.
I for lunch.
Imagine trading party.
Oh,
Oh
man,
no!
I missed that show so much. That, like,
Wait, I have part 2 to that. Hold on.
Part
There,
two?
it is. There we go.
can I get? I'm taking these. I'm taking these. Oh, that is so good.
Oh my god.
What is this? They just had to do it today. You'll never forget this deal. So
legit
$9
forgot
and
that it was
11
Jesus
cents.
Christ.
That is a steal! Oh my.
Oh yeah,
Guys,
everyone
airplaning
here,
into the subs.
everyone hear that California is burning down yet again?
Oh yeah, because someone
When
was
is
like,
California not
Gender
burning?
reveal
Honestly.
party. Oh my
I-
god.
Oh,
There's
Yeah,
a fire
yeah, it
somewhere
was-
in California.
It was a gender reveal party because, you know, what says gender reveal party like homemade pyrotechnics?
I know, right?
Wait, if only I had the noise. It's just like din, din, din.
And now if you see
Pyro.
the sky, it looks like it's just like this orange tint. It looks like the apocalypse. It looks like a COD Zombies map.
oh man.
California was already
How?
on fire. Like, what the heck?
I
What
mean-
is
No,
it
fire
not
was
on
like the year
fire?
started.
And yet they still claim that the
California's
whole
just
place
being-
is not a shithole.
Don't worry,
I've
come
been
to the beaches
California.
of
I
Los
can confirm
Angeles
that is a lie.
where the sea is red with the blood of our victims. Like what?
It's like, welcome to California. We have eternal freeze and absolute burn.
Yeah, we got a drought. At least people in Flint, Michigan get water.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
I have so many of these. Hold on a second.
Oh,
that works.
Wasn't his name like Larry or something?
Larry, yeah.
Larry.
Meow.
Larry looks like instead of saying meow, he would file your taxes.
Sounds like he just hit you.
Man, this is a cursed stream.
I think all our streams are different these.
Some of the less like videos are like relatively like calm compared to like a lot of shipping. Dingleberg!
That's my last one, I promise.
One tower falls. He turns on. He's just like, no, Turner's not gonna watch a Dinkelberg take down one tower. He hits the other one.
That's my last 9/11 meme, I swear.
I legit forgot, like, I knew today was 9/11, but I legit forgot what today meant until, like, I turned, like, I was on Google and I was like, oh shit, that's today, isn't it?
Like, if I can get serious about that topic for a second, like, do you guys think it's okay to joke about it? Like, obviously you know my stance if you've seen my memes, but yeah, I want to know what you guys think. Like, tragedy plus time equals...
I think as long as you don't
Go ahead.
cross, like, there's a line, and as long as you don't cross that line, you can get away with joking about something.
I think,
your
like...
audience is everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is definitely true. You gotta know your audience.
Right.
See,
Like,
like,
but...
I know you, so I know your humor, so it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, you know I have
but
a
if you-
very edgy and dark sense of humor,
Yeah,
but,
I know that about you, but there's a certain line, and if you started to get close to crossing that, I'd be like, whoa, hey now, we're
Right.
getting to a line.
But yeah, I do believe that tragedy plus time equals comedy. Like,
for the thing
the
is,
thing
like,
is-
all of us, most of us weren't, like, our ages, like, most of us were either very young or not even alive when it
but
happened.
yeah, that's the thing. I just find it odd how people, like, treat it as if it affects everybody the same. Like, I know I didn't live through it. Like, I was...
Guys, I wasn't even conceived when it happened, like...
I mean,
So
I
I
was,
wasn't
but, you know, I
September,
still wasn't
non-existent.
born yet when it
October,
happened,
November, December,
let alone
January,
have a conscious understanding of it. Like,
April.
Yeah, like,
That's
like
Mr.
eight.
Carroll, remember him? He was talking about that, like, last 9/11. He was like, wait, were any of you guys even alive during that? And most of us were like, no. And he was like, holy shit.
but yeah, I think they need to
Yeah, but-
understand that they have to take a different approach to it. Like, sure, treat it as a serious thing, but you gotta understand that there's gonna be people who don't take it as seriously. Like, for example, let's go back to the 60s when Kennedy was assassinated, right? Like, in schools, you'll just see people, you would have just seen people, like, in shock, right? Like, don't even bring it up. And then you got people here in the modern day making memes about it. Why?
Yeah, that
Because we
TikTok,
didn't
like,
live
nothing
through it,
bad
therefore
ever
it doesn't
happens to
affect
the
us the same way.
Kennedys.
It doesn't affect
and
us the same way.
also-
Nothing
guess,
bad
like-
ever happens to the Kennedys.
What were you saying, Revynn?
I guess with our generation, we find that comedy helps us get through these feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that
gonna
is
bring
true.
that up, too.
Comedy is a way
Humor
of coping
is
with
a
tragedy.
G-Zen coping mechanism. I can't even say it. You
And
guys
I
know what I
guess like
meant.
some older generation might not see it that way because they had just different ways of coping with tragedy. And that's just what happens with like generations that are going. You know what I mean? We all have different customs and practices of what's socially accepted.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, like,
that's absolutely
Gen Z,
true,
we
but
meme.
I just think like you know, people are making Holocaust jokes, people are making jokes about Kennedy getting killed. I think 9/11's going to fall into those lines for future generations, like starting with
Kinda
us
just
really,
Did you not
because
see your
you know,
Dinkelberg?
we
Like it already is the point though.
yeah, we
Because most of our
are the
generation
beginning
wasn't
of the
alive.
other side of the line because we didn't
it's just-
experience it.
Well, it's not just that. There's a lot of tragedies that we the people have experienced during these days, but
Yeah, that's true.
we still joke about it. Like, it doesn't have to do with the amount of time that's passed, really. It's just how we deal with this tragedy.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, but that would be a matter of like everybody reacting to things in different ways. Like some people,
yeah.
like let's use the death of a loved one as an example. Some people cope with it by crying. Some people are just absolutely numb to it. Some people make jokes to lighten the mood because that's their way of coping.
Some people carry on like nothing happened, and then it affects them later on. And
Yeah,
everyone,
like
Yeah.
that falls into what I said before about like some people are like numb to it. Like, let me give an example about using comedy to cope. Like, I remember I was talking to one of my friends at work, and he was going on about how his uncle commits suicide, right? And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. He's like, yeah, but like, like for context, his uncle hung himself, and like once, uh, once the cops were called, him and his mother were just sitting there, and it's like, so what should we do? Should we just like take him down and let the coroner figure it out? No, the coroner said to just leave him. I guess we just gotta let him hang around until they get there.
Oh no.
And he knew it was fucked up, but comedy was his way of coping, so he left, and he ended up feeling a little bit better because of it. Like, yeah, the main point is everyone copes in different ways, but yeah.
you said that, and it reminded me of that one scene in Doki Doki where it was like, you left Sayori hanging there, and we were all like,
Yeah, that's
Ouch.
foreshadowing.
Damn.
Fucking Monica.
Like, I feel like memeing has become such an integrated part of our culture just because we've been exposed to so much
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
of violence and
I have no
traumatic
problem
events
with
via the
saying that
internet.
Gen Z is the depressed generation.
we're the fucked up generation, and we're proud.
Yeah, like we're
Probably
depressed
both
and we
thinking.
use memes to cope because, you know, that's like
We're the
the
mentally
widespread
ill.
thing.
I mean, like, other generations didn't have to deal with, like, you know, school shootings and, like, all the
Oh
stuff
yeah.
that's
I
been
mean they
going
did,
on.
but not nearly as much to this degree.
We just got
Oh,
hit
no,
with
like, the
Exactly.
only
shit
previous
for-
generation to really experience it were, like, the millennials.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
the first
because
school shooting
Columbine is
wasn't
what
until, like, the
kick-started the whole
90s.
thing.
Yeah.
Like the whole school shooter hysteria thing.
Yeah, think how recent that is. Most of
Yeah,
our, like, grandparents and stuff
1999.
like that
That's
can't
the
even
year when shit hit the
imagine
fan.
that type of thing happen. Yeah, it's just like our grandparents and stuff like that, like, can't even imagine that sort of thing a danger. And it's normal for us going to school and having to do metal detectors and bag checks and code red
Yeah, that was a
drills.
pretty stressful time. Like, just, you know, at any moment in time, you could be
I
pulled
still like
aside.
vividly remember my first code red drill. Like that's how bad it like fucked me up as a kid.
Oh
like,
my God.
still
I remember it was either sophomore or junior year. We had a code red drill, and we were
in
all
the
in
middle of
band,
the like hallway. Like oh,
and we were
That
all in
was so
band,
bad.
and no one shut the fuck up during it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mr. Mark was pissed.
I
because
Oh
remember-
my God.
Like, I was
anyone-
in,
I was next door in the chorus room.
I think that's the only time I ever seen him red in the face. Like, he was
no,
pissed.
Like, I've seen Mr. Mark angry a couple different times. We're literally the one grade that has made him angry the most, which is also why he likes us the best, but we're not going to talk about that.
Really? What?
What is it, like a masochist?
What?
like,
That's what you pulled from that?
Okay, like, you know how you really care about something, and that's why you
Right.
get more passionate about it?
Yeah.
That's like when someone sees that potential in somebody and they, like, screw up, it makes them angry because they really care about them.
Right.
It's a weird thing.
Okay, no, I see what you're saying here. I thought, like, I don't know
I
what, it's
understood
like,
you from the start. Just gonna put that out there.
it's just like,
Yeah, it's
I
hard
never
to
met the guy.
explain.
Right. And it's like, it was like just coincidentally that day I wasn't at school because I was at home setting up my computer. Like, because I came back and everyone in band was quiet, and I was like, "Yo, what happened?" I'm like, the air felt dead.
Came
Yeah.
back and you were like,
confused what was
something went
going on.
down.
I was absent that day.
And I come in and everyone's just like, "Yo, Miss Mark was pissed," and then we get pulled into the auditorium. I'm like, "Yo, what?"
Yeah, Yeah, my sister told me what happened, and she was like, oh my gosh, like the band kids wouldn't shut up. We heard them through the wall in the chorus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
because
was
I was
pretty
in
bad.
chorus that day, and we were all like, "Oh shit!"
And people were like taking videos and stuff apparently, and I'm just like, you guys, like, it's like they're completely numb.
I remember telling them
what's
multiple
going on.
times to shut the fuck up, and they still wouldn't.
It's just
Were you guys in school when we had that code red in like the middle of the day, like hallway, like we were all transitioning and
oh my
that?
God.
Yeah!
Yeah,
was
I
No,
remember.
that freaked me
I was
out.
there for that one.
'Cause I
What
like,
was
no
there?
one knew it was a
Me
drill.
and another kid, we just dove right into the art room.
Oh, that one, right?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
coming
but
out
the
of
thing is, like, the
I
teachers
think
didn't even know what was happening, and that's when the first one where they changed the alarm, so no one knew it was a code red.
We
People
were
running
the
out of the
only
building to
ones
watch
that
our
ran.
safety.
Everybody else, like, they just casually walked in, like, 5 minutes later.
Bro, no,
Oh
I
my
literally I called like people that were close to me in the hallway because we were stuck in the main hallway and there's barely any classrooms that you can go into.
Oh my God.
So I pulled a bunch of kids into like the gifted room and stuff like that. You know, the closet,
Yeah.
and we
Ah,
hid
the
there and stuff
closet.
like that.
Yeah,
I was
but,
in Miss Lemura's room. I was really because my sister. I was like, "Where's my sister?" Because she was in school. Like it was her. She was a little freshman.
I was thinking
and
about
I
like
was like,
where are
"Oh
my
my God."
siblings right now for like their classes? Were they able to make it to a classroom? Because we didn't know it was a drill. No one knew.
Right.
I
Oh
didn't
my
even have a
God.
teacher
I
in my
remember
room. It
back
was
in
just
the
me and a bunch
8th
of other
grade.
kids.
I remember back in the 8th grade when we had a legitimate code red.
Oh my God, bro!
'Cause-
I have a story for that, but you go first. Go first.
I don't really have much to say, just like that crazy motherfucker with the machete coming onto school grounds and shit, but yeah.
Oh my God.
I had to
So,
get my. Oh, actually, go ahead. I'll say after.
Okay. So, like, during that code red in 8th grade, me, Philip, Reed, and Hunter, we actually went to the high school for first period. So every day we had to walk all the way over back
I
to the junior
remember
high
that.
campus to get in time for second period. And literally, as soon as we walked in the building for the junior high, we're like walking and like trying to go to our lockers and stuff. And then suddenly the doors, like, you remember there's like the metal doors at the junior high? They started automatically closing. And like I got separated from everybody because like the doors closed and all the classrooms were locked. And I was freaking out because I was the only one stuck in the hallway.
Oh my God.
Terrifying.
And I was like, what's going on? And then like this counselor popped up out of nowhere. I'm like, I didn't even know the counselors had offices like throughout the school. But she opened her doors like,
Right. Oh my God.
like I was so scared because like literally I'm like waving at my friends one moment and then the doors suddenly start closing and I see them run down the hallway because they're trying to get to the nearest classroom and like I was literally like I'm gonna die here.
Yeah, and because you had no way of knowing why we were having a lockdown, and you knew it wasn't a drill, but you didn't. That must have been.
And there were no classrooms. Like I was in a part that was only lockers, so I had nowhere to go. I was like, thank God there was someone, and like I thought it was just a closet, but turns out it was an office. She let me in and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, that is
So, like-
absolutely insane.
Like I would not want to be caught in the hallway during that situation because there literally is nowhere to go because they lock the classrooms. They can't let you in.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
So you the only choice you have is to run, but I couldn't run because literally the hallways, like the doors just slammed shut. And there was no way to get out. Like that literally was
Yeesh.
like I'm not claustrophobic, but bro.
Like it's like that exact moment of feeling it. You're just like, oh, this is wrong.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm like, I'm
right.
trapped, bro.
It's like something's wrong, I can feel it.
But
The spidey senses.
I have like 2 stories about code reds, but V, you should go first.
Actually, you can go because I did forgot it.
Oh,
Literal brain fart.
no!
You useless motherfucker!
It is
You're
gone
like-
with the wind now.
Sorry, man. I thought I should let you go first.
No, I love how like you're like, oh no, you got it. I remember it, and then like just when I'm like when you're ready to go, it's just like shit, man.
I got so like I was so into her story, like I completely forgot mine.
Yeah, I
I
got
run a
you.
goldfish brain.
And this, folks, is what we call immersion.
Yeah.
But no, I have 2 stories. One of them is what we all went through with the one day where like it happened like randomly in the halls. I think at that time, like I don't know what it was. I was walking past a class like room I didn't have anymore, and I was like kind of like I waved hi to one of my teachers, and I don't know, everything was cool, everything was fine. They were just perfectly normal. and then the second started going off. Like I kind of ignored it at first because I literally thought it was like a fire alarm, like for a drill. So I was like, all right, I'll just make my way to like a stairwell. Then I just saw like 2 kids sprint, and immediately I was like, yeah, fuck that.
Right.
And
No one knew
You
what
see
that
kids run in
alarm
school
was.
and you know something's going to happen.
yeah, like the second I looked around and I saw 2 kids sprint, I was like, all right, this is bad. So I turned around to go like run to the nearest classroom because at that point I'm pretty much in a stairwell. And the second I get over there, all the classrooms are locked. So I'm like one of the only few kids in the hallway. I only see like 1 or 2 still sprinting. Most of the classroom doors are already closed, and there's teachers holding it. And I'm like, oh no.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm banging on the one door until the teacher that I said hi to. I'm like, please, come on, oh my god, please. And like they let me in, and like I'm sitting in the corner, and I've never like fear farted, but like I swear to you, I swear to you, somebody next to me. No, somebody near me. I don't know who it was. Somebody near me, like just like it got like stupidly quiet in class, and like everyone's like hiding, huddling in the corner because for a minute we all thought it was real. And like you know how like the police officers go through and they like jiggle the doorknobs to see if it's like they're locked.
Right.
Dude, no, that's terrifying, especially if you don't know if it's real. So like when the doorknob jiggle, like we heard boots coming down the hall, and we're all like freaking out. And then like when the doorknob jiggle, I swear to you, the kid next to me just ripped ass. I felt so bad, dude. He sat there like genuine, like he was really feared for his life. And homeboy said,
Oh my god.
Okay, where were you again?
I was okay. It was near Miss.
This is the high school, right?
Yeah. It was near Mr. God, what's his name? History teacher. He's near Mr. Lamora. It's
But it was like
Mosto or Carol?
yeah, McCarroll. It was next to Mr. McCarroll's room.
Oh, so you were like far down the hallway.
Yeah, like by the windows.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
so.
We
What
didn't
was it
really
like a
even
small
go
space, or was it
there.
like a whole classroom?
It was a whole classroom.
I was about to say if it was a small space, then your ass got Dutch ovened.
Yeah, that would be the worst. So like he busts cheeks and like everybody's so in fear that like not a single he's so like we're all fearing so much when that doorknob jiggled that like after he just absolutely ripped them, dude, nobody moved. We all even huddled closer.
Yeah, because what are you supposed to do? That's genuine fear, where you lose control of your bodily functions. That is when you've hit.
Here's
that
what I
level
kept
of,
telling
I'm gonna
myself that I
die.
would do in the event of an actual code red. I would take one of those stools that you get in the science room, right? And I would take a dime and unscrew the legs. That way you have 4 metal bars to use as weapons to beat the ever-loving shit out of the guy. The second he comes in. Just get
Or
you
just
and
pick up
3
the whole
other of the
stool.
strongest people in the room.
Honestly, the best thing to do, like, there's some really safe parts of the school to go to, like, if you know. But honestly, the best thing to do would be to leave the building because there's literally the woods right next to it, and you can run to the police
And there are
station
houses
because it's right
and
at the
police- yeah.
front.
Right.
Yeah, I know that like the end of the iron bar that they screw into the school is sharp, so I was just thinking of shoving it into the guy's eye socket or something.
Effective.
You're like, if I'm going down, I'm killing somebody.
Oh yeah, if I'm going down, that motherfucker's going down with me.
Like, literally, my thoughts are racing. Like, because during that, like, hallway one, I was stuck in the gifted closet with a bunch of, like, random kids.
And they're all in there.
Yeah, and then, like, you know, we're all hiding and everything, and I'm just, like, I'm thinking of, like, okay, if something happens, what can we use in the room? How am I gonna protect these other people? Like, it was, like, you know what I mean? Like, your mind's racing at a mile a minute.
Yeah, like
Yeah, because I was in Lemura's room, but Lemura was in the auditorium, so he wasn't in the classroom, and it was just us. It was just me, a bunch of random kids. It was like 5 of us, and we were all looking up, like, we're like, is that the fire alarm or the lockdown? And then we're like, nah, that's lockdown. And then we look, and it's just the wide open door, and we're like, huh, probably. So then, like, and it was like one of those things where we were all kind of in shock because it never happened during period changes, so we were kind of like, huh. And then we're all staring at the door, and then all at once we all bolt to the door to like shut it, and then a bunch of kids, like, we see like a few kids like in the hallway like sprinting, and we're like, come in.
what?
And we get a
No,
bunch of
that's
kids in.
not what you do.
No, they were right next to the door, and we were like, "Get in the classroom!" It's because they were staring around too, and we're like, "Get in! It's a lockdown!" And they were
Thank
like,
God you saved
yeah.
their lives. In real life, they would have been stuck in that hallway and they would have died. Like, they would have been the first people shot.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, but they explicitly tell you not to let anyone in after the door's shut.
The door wasn't shut. We were going to
Oh.
close the door, is what I was saying.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so they were trying to get
So they
people
just
in
got there in
before
the
they
nick of
locked
time
it.
then.
Yeah,
Right.
we saw them and they were running, and everything else was closed. So
Because the thing
I'm
is, you would
closing.
not want to close the door, and like, it's the worst feeling when you close the door and people are trying to still get in. And
Yeah,
because
because they were right there, and they were already like sprinting like desperate. So
Yeah.
it was like, so no, I get the door, I'm closing the door, and a hand pops out and pushes it open.
Oh my god.
It's Miss Lamura.
Oh,
It's like,
my heart.
you're lucky I recognized you, otherwise that hand was getting cut off.
Yes. Legit. I was like, even though
Legit,
I
I
know
almost
it's
cried.
real, that's the horror movie moment when like.
That's when you just
But here's the
just
thing,
bite
didn't
into
know
the
it was a
guy's
girl.
hand, rip his finger off with your teeth. Like,
And you're just like, oh wait, that's my teacher.
that'll get the fucker to pull his hand back.
Legit.
Just go
Die,
feral
like,
on his
part-
ass.
That is
Hey.
a real
The thing
horror
was-
movie moment right there.
Bonus points to
Like,
the
we
kid.
can all
The
laugh about it now, but I didn't know it was the drill when that happened. I was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, like.
Right,
I was
right.
like my mind was racing, and then the whole time we're all sitting there, we're locked in the room, and all I can think of is, where's my sister right now? Did she get in our class? Because she comes from MCTI, so I was like, is she still on the bus? Is
Yeah.
she in the school? Like, I had no way of knowing where she was.
Right.
Like, because I couldn't remember if, like, because third period, they come at the end, so I was like, she's still in MCTI, please tell me she's still in MCTI. I freaking out.
Right, right.
She was still in MCTI.
During that. That's why I stressed to my parents afterwards. After that, I was like, listen, I need to have a cell phone. During that situation, I couldn't contact or my younger siblings to see if they're okay and to let you guys know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, kids should have phones, like, just in case for that. But I don't think they should start off with smartphones, you know?
Right.
Yeah, there's,
honestly,
yeah.
Like-
kids probably shouldn't get phones until they're probably in maybe later middle school.
Yeah, like
I
eighth
remember I
grade.
got my first phone in like the 3rd grade, but it was a shitty flip phone. Want to know why? Because one, smartphones really weren't that popular yet, and two, like I had to show that I knew what I was doing with a phone, right? I needed to show that I wouldn't lose it before I would get, like an actual smartphone. I
'Cause
think
they're mad expensive.
I think that's a good way to go about it. Like,
Yeah, you get a really crappy economy Android, which is what, less than $100.
Like, later on down the line, if I have kids, I guarantee they are starting with like a shitty track phone. And if those don't exist around that time, then they get a toy phone.
Oh no!
It's like, you keep this on your person at all times for a month, and then I'll consider getting you a phone.
I know, but that's the crazy thing too. That my mom's younger sister, my aunt, she has 4 kids right now, right?
Mhm.
And they're all in elementary school right now, all born a year apart.
Right.
But they all have their own iPads.
Right.
And they're
Damn, I
on
didn't
their
even get
tablets and stuff like that. And my aunt and my uncle are pretty good when it comes to monitoring what they're watching. They made sure to lock the tablets. You know what I mean? But a lot of parents don't go that far, and their kids have access to the entire internet. And I'm
Yeah.
you need to monitor what your kid's on, because the internet is not the most kid-friendly of places.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
are
I
things that
know.
I've seen that I can't ever take back, and it's and I'm careful about what I watch.
I mean, I
you know?
remember when I was 11, I got caught with porn on my phone.
Only you, Michael.
Oh my god, that's a move, man.
Yeah. Apparently that's a common thing, but still embarrassing.
Yeah, but it is embarrassing. Especially when you're in middle school and stuff like that.
But hey, I'm
That's
anonymous
also part
on
of
this.
why.
I have no fucking shame. I don't care.
That's
What,
why I'm
at
like-
most my
Worse, you could have
stepbrother's
been
gonna see
doing
this.
something.
That's why I'm I think parents should monitor what their kids watch.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? Until they're at an age where they can discern what is content
But-
that they should watch and what they should stay away from.
But here's the problem with that. It eventually leads to the parents, they all of a sudden decide that the TV is their babysitter or YouTube's their babysitter, and they decide that instead of doing their actual goddamn job and monitoring what their own kid watches, they want to shape the entire platform to fit what they want. And
That is my biggest pet peeve with what's
what
happening
and
to
what
YouTube
comes
right
from that,
now.
Kappa?
Oh, I'm so pissed.
What comes from
Yes.
that? Trying to make YouTube a kid-friendly environment, regardless of the fact that you already have
Family-friendly
YouTube Kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
Why should
parents
the
can't own up
algorithm have to
and say
change?
when they're wrong. It's just a matter of them not setting their
But you know, all the
goddamn
people who
ego
are saying
aside.
that are the kinds of people who shouldn't be having kids in the first place, and
Yeah.
that pisses me off. Like,
Yeah, like, if you can't monitor your own goddamn kid for 15 minutes, like, I don't know what to say. Like, don't
Or
let
at
them
least
go
have
on the internet.
or like have the foresight to set child like you know there are child like locks that you can
Yeah, there's a
use,
goddamn
like,
restricted
digital
mode.
ones.
And,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
and
digital
you can
ones you
restrict
do
the
on
phone. You can
TV.
restrict apps. There's so many.
there is so much
Just
control
kinda
to it,
big
and they refuse to, like, utilize it. Want to know why? Because the phone is the kid's babysitter now. And so long as the kid's shutting up, these irresponsible parents are happy. So,
I mean, that's why my aunts and uncle are so careful with their kids having technology. Because like my one of my first cousins, because they're my first cousins, one of them, Jackson, he's autistic, and like one
right,
of the few ways he's able to enjoy himself and like communicate is using the iPad. So that's how he can bond with his like other siblings.
right,
But
right.
you have to watch out for the other siblings because they're the ones that want to take advantage of having that freedom.
Yeah,
Because oh my gosh, the oldest Avery, she knows what she's doing.
mm-hmm.
But that's why, good thing my auntie gets on them for that.
Right,
She
right.
really
Like
is
your
a good
aunt, uncle,
mom.
they let their kids have that kind of thing, but they monitor. So that's like.
Yeah,
And they're
and
only
that's
allowed
how
to
they're
watch
doing
like
it right.
TV at a certain time.
And
Like, you know what I mean? They're not
their
allowed to
parents
have
are on top of
technology
it.
after.
They
like,
actually
like,
decided to
6.
be parents and parent. And
Well,
that's
I mean,
what
they
sets
kinda
them
had
apart.
to be honest.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
You'd think that most of the people who have their kids just sit in front of a screen all day would get that, but here we are.
yeah, and I've seen like literally the situation you're describing with my other aunt from my grandfather's side because like he's technically my step grandfather.
Uh-huh.
But like he has 3 daughters, three of my aunts, and one of them, Carrie. Oh my gosh, like she stayed with us for a little bit because she was having a living situation. She brought her daughter, right?
Right.
But like it made me so like sad when I like saw how like the little girl was treated sometimes. Like she literally was like, I don't know, it was just so weird. I'm like, why would you treat like that? Like she basically like gave her phone all the time and didn't really pay attention to her. She fed her all this and like she wondered why like her daughter would cry all the time and like yell, but it's because like she wouldn't really pay attention to her. You know what I mean?
The kid just
And
wanted
like
her
me and my mom, like we really didn't like see that. We're just like, I don't think they should stay in a house like this. Like,
Right.
but like one time, but whenever we watched like her daughter by herself when she went out to go like party or whatever, like her daughter was such a good and well mannered kid. The only reason why she acted out is because of her mom.
Right.
And like I'm glad after like Carrie got kicked out and like she really owned up to being a mother and she really changed what she was doing because she saw the reason why she had to leave. It was like, you can't be in this house if you're like cause there was also other issues with her being like disrespectful and stuff like that. Like,
but she
we're
changed
letting you
herself,
stay
and
at
that's
our
what mattered,
house.
right?
Yeah, and I'm glad that she changed. Like it really, like she has a job now, and she's actually like homeschooling her daughter and stuff like that during COVID. And it's like nice to see that change. But sometimes, sometimes people do need tough love.
Right. Right.
I'm glad that worked out for the better.
Yeah, I'm honestly glad to see the situation change. But I saw what you're describing firsthand, and it's not right. It is a form of child neglect. You need to take time to be with your kids. And I understand with people that work and stuff like that, but there are other options to take. You know what I mean? Childcare is a huge thing right now.
But yeah, like I just think of it the same way George Carlin does. It's a child. Pick the little bastard up once in a while. He'll thank you for it when he's older.
Yeah, like with my parents, like you guys, my dad, workaholic. Like my mom, I love my mom. She's the best. And no matter what she did, no matter how many hours she put in, no matter what had been going down, she always made time for my sister and I. She always made sure that even if it was for 5 minutes or 5 hours, we knew how much she loved us. But my dad never kind of put that energy or effort into us. And then he wonders why we don't want to talk with him or we don't have a relationship. And it's like, you never cared about us unless it was convenient for him. Which is annoying. Especially when you're young and all you want is your dad and he just doesn't want you.
And I wonder why later on you're acting. You know, actions do have consequences.
And like I try to explain it to him, you will put everything else above your kids. And now that you finally have the chance to put your kids above everything else, it's too late. Like,
Right.
and then he still doesn't want to put us above everything. But it's like now that you have to like, oh, I want kids now. My kid, it's like it's been a decade. You're like 10 years too late.
I'm sure he'll realize that in
He started to realize it, but it's still one of those things where it's like, my dad has other things, but it's like, I tell him things, and he always finds a way to make it. He's one of those people. He just doesn't get that things are bad because of his mistakes. I'll admit, like, I've done some too, but I own up to it. It's like, yeah, that argument was our fault, but you're part of the problem too. He just doesn't get that something him as well.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like we all have people in our lives that don't really take responsibility, but they just don't see that they're a part of the problem.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well,
All right.
does anybody have a topic that is
Yeah,
slightly...
we're reaching towards the end, so let's try to lighten it up before we actually end it.
But it's nice to have these conversations.
I mean,
you know,
yeah,
we
totally.
Yeah,
get
it's
a
kind of
little deep.
cathartic.
Yeah. And
Totally,
that's
but
what
you know, I think it's good to end it on like a lighter note.
Yeah.
All right, so
Scoop, diddy,
yeah, who's ready for President Kanye West?
Oh,
I,
absolutely.
bro, you know what got me so angry? The fact is that when he said that he was running, I was gonna vote for him. Like I really did not care.
Hey, good morning, Kanye. Yo, imagine like Kanye goes to like a morning meeting. Hey, good morning, President Kanye. Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
That would be kind of wicked. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm just waiting for him to be like in a press conference. So, how do you plan on dealing with the new female dictator in North Korea? I sent the bitch a picture of my dick.
Oh my god.
You would just be making diss tracks against other political leaders.
Kim Jong-un diss track featuring Donald Trump and Chief Keef out now.
Chief Keef,
Oh, no.
get him as VP.
We didn't go to World War III in the start of this year. We are by the end.
Oh my god.
Yo,
It can't. I mean, let's just be honest. It can't be worse than what we got right now for a choice.
Don't say that, because next thing you know, the dead are gonna start rising out of their grave.
Oh, at this point, I hope for it. I watched The Walking Dead. I'll be fine.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh,
No,
here
Michael,
we
I
go.
haven't seen my birds in 3 weeks. Don't do
Dude, literally 2020 is the year where every month something goes down, and it's like, it's to the point where the murder hornets aren't even that much of an issue anymore.
That's it. Where's my goddamn Necronomicon? This is happening.
Did you guys
The
hear about how the
Necronomicon!
clowns from 2016 came back? Like,
Oh,
2016 was such a highlight year, bro. Like you don't understand. Things were
I'm
so
not
good.
voting. I want a
they
Yang to win.
previewed.
Can I say something on the topic of the murder clowns or whatever?
What's up?
All
I
right.
said murder hornets.
Oh well, yeah.
I said
mean,
murder clowns.
Also, remember the murder clowns?
They
Yes.
came back, didn't they?
I was
Yeah.
waiting for
That was
one to
amazing.
come across me, like when I was walking at night, just so I could kick the shit out of it.
Right, and
Oh.
that's
Like
like
your horn, huh? What's funny? Kick.
What were you gonna say, Oreo?
what's going on, funny guy? But no, like the thing with me and clowns is that like I have like a genuine fear for clowns.
You're gonna
And-
die, clown.
Ooh.
And the weird thing is that like it's not like okay, horror movie clowns do nothing for me. Like,
Right.
like, oh, we're creepy clowns. Nothing, just casual, actual nice clowns. They freak me out. So if I see like one of these clowns out in the street trying to like, I don't know, mess me up, I will mollywop the shit out of him.
Orion becomes
2016
Batman.
Bro, I'm gonna turn into Negan on season 6 of The Walking Dead because that motherfucker is gonna be meeting the business end of my baseball bat.
I will carve my name in cursive on his bones.
You know-
I will
am not
turn his
afraid.
brains into
Wait,
fucking
guys, I have
hamburger
a
meat.
story about the clowns.
What's up?
Ground beef.
Okay, so in 2016 when the whole clown things were going on and that was whole crazy thing,
Yeah.
there was one in my community.
Really?
Oh.
What was it, like outside your window or something?
No. Thank God, not by my house, right? Thank God
Oh.
PCP has thousands of houses. But it got a little too close for me because my younger brother's best friend found the clown mask of the guy that had been terrorizing the community in his front yard.
That's why you gotta be
Oh.
packing.
And guess what? He gave it to my little brother. Because my little brother
Jesus.
was like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to take it home and scare everybody.
Jesus.
You little asshole.
That kid really got a kick to his jaw.
Bro, like he almost got punted like a football.
Me and Zoe, like, that's my younger sister, we came downstairs and he's wearing that crap. And we're like, I knew it was him, but like, I had to stop for a second. I was like, Eli, I was about to beat the crap
There was
out
a
of
moment
you.
in time where you were like, we need to kill this kid. And then you were like, oh wait, no, I know that.
It's like,
I had a
push comes to
lapse
shove,
of,
I'll have to do with.
recognition.
Right. All right. Well, that looks like all the time we got. Is there anything else any of you want to say?
I
Yeah.
FaceTime my birds on a regular basis so they can see my face.
Oh,
Do they even look at you? Like, do you know when they're
No, they
looking at
recognize
you?
me. My bird Tangerine, they saw me on my sister's phone, and now they fly to my sister's phone and they land on it, and then they peer into the camera so I can see them. And
Oh
stuff.
my God! You
that's
gotta
awesome
record that
news
next
right
time and
there.
send it to us.
That
Janelle,
is so
it
I want to
freaks
meme that
her out.
image.
No, because Tangerine, he's the nicer one of the two,
Yeah.
but now he'll fly
Good
on
cop.
like every part of her body just to see me, and it terrifies her because he has little claws. So he'll land on her knee, and she'll be like, no, Tangerine, get off of me! And he'll climb up because he'll hear me talking to her through the phone. And he keeps
Silence when.
crawling.
Please, for the love of God, next time screen record that and send it to us. I gotta see
I'll
that.
try.
That literally sounds so adorable, but also,
It
ouch.
is.
Okay,
He
Revynn,
flew onto her
did you
phone,
have
and she
fun today?
Screamed and dropped it.
Yo, it was so fun talking with y'all today. If you ever
Okay.
want to invite me back in the future, I'd be totally chill to do it.
All right,
Honestly,
you heard it here
very fun
first.
time.
Expect Revynn Noctis back at some point in time. All right, this has been Children of the Corona, another successful episode. I'm Mike Osiris, and I will see y'all in the next episode.
Talk to you guys in a week again.
Let's make it back at the end of 2020.
I won't.